What's going on, boys? Football Galaxy here, and welcome back to the Football Galaxy Show. As per usual, the show where we just sit back and relax and reflect on all the action, all the madness that occurred over the wonderful world of football. I'm your host, as per usual, Football Galaxy, with my co-host, Ingwell Cup, and special guest for tonight, boys. It is my very good friend and co-host of the FOOTY Fridays podcast. Please welcome to tonight's show, JayDe Beaudry. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Diego. Pleasure to be here.
It is awesome to have you here, bro. For those who don't know, JayDe and we do a podcast along with another host of ours, Zach Durham, FOOTY Fridays on Friday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time, live on 22 Western Radio, and then later on available on Spotify. The best football talk show for Friday mornings. You just really cannot start your Friday without an episode of FOOTY Fridays. Isn't that right, JayDe?
That's facts, Diego. No better way to get the weekend started than with a FOOTY Fridays episode.
Yes, sir. All right, then, folks. So for today, hopefully get some people to join us in the live chat for our live discussion. But basically, guys, for today, the game plan for tonight. Guys, unless y'all been really living under a rock, this weekend was just crazy full of U.S. soccer madness. Like, good. I think yesterday was more crazy than today, if you ask me. JayDe, you are the expert here when it comes to NWSL stuff and USL Championship stuff. Yesterday was the grand finale, bro. The grand finale of the NWSL and the USL Championship. Big, huge scenes. I think there is no better starting point really for tonight's show than to talk about the big event that happened last night. Marta, the legend herself, winning her first ever NWSL championship title with Orlando Pride, giving them their first ever championship title in club history. So, JayDe, let us begin with you, my friend. What are your thoughts on the amazing accomplishment that happened yesterday in U.S. women's soccer?
Hey, it's been a record-breaking year just for the NWSL in general, and I think there's no better way to cap it off than with the Orlando Pride, possibly the greatest team in NWSL history, winning it all. I mean, they had the Washington Spirit, the second best team in the regular season, come to Kansas City, have a neutral site final. In Orlando Pride, it was a game of two different tactical disciplines, right? And for Marta to win her first championship, for Barbara Banda to get her goal, there was no more fitting ending, I think, than those two big stars shining on the big stage. And Orlando Pride's first, they are dead, like the laughingstock of NWSL for so long. And to win this title in the way they did with the season they had, it's incredible, man. There's no more fitting ending with the Orlando Pride winning the title.
Dude, it was such incredible scenes. And the fact, we even talked about this briefly in FOOTY Fridays, the fact that the playoffs at the end, the semifinals, it freaking lasted with the top four teams in the league this season.
That's right.
That's just crazy, dude.
No, it really was. It was rock chalk all the way through. Underdogs had some sniffs that, maybe an upset, but it was really the best teams doing what they do best in the playoffs. And that's what I think you can ask for. There's no debates on what if, there wasn't a playoffs, what if there wasn't a chance for Orlando to make the final. They did. They delivered. That's what big teams do. That's what superstars do. Orlando has both.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. At the end, bro, talk about grand finale. First place versus second place. You really cannot ask for a better grand finale than that. An epic match. I saw a few moments of the second half, really towards the end. And, I got to say, Orlando did a great job in just maintaining the lead. Like, towards the end, I was watching the Washington Spirit. They just kept on knocking on the door, just creating chances, trying to find the ball into the back of the net, finding opportunities, and yet they just could not put the ball into the back of the net. So you really got to give credit to Orlando Pride with the amazing job in keeping the Spirit from scoring any goal against them, dude. That was just impressive football.
Yeah, the Washington Spirit, they made a habit in the playoffs of scoring late, scoring late against Bay FC. That hurt my heart. But they scored late again in the quarterfinals, and Orlando knew that, right? They knew they had to see the game out. Washington they're a never say die kind of team, right? So it was 1-0. You felt like there was maybe going to be two more good chances for them. But Orlando, they saw it out, right? Being physical in the box, getting those headers, first to the headers, not letting the ball bounce. Just a professional display, a clinical display from minute 1 to minute 90. That's what won them the title. That's what's won them games all year long. So why wouldn't they do it in the final?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. A very much deserved win for Orlando Pride. And of course, the big huge congrats to Marta. I was actually looking it up yesterday. It turns out that she kind of left it open, if you would say, on her career as far as, if this was going to be her last season or not. So it wasn't really a clear answer. But say, just to figurative speaking, I guess. Let's say of the conversation. If this was truly her last season, then what a way to end your season. Well, she has like everyone knows, a historic career, a decorated career. I mean, this like talk about like the best finale to your career ever, dude.
Yeah, I think the only cherry on top would have been if she won the gold medal in Paris with Brazil, because she announced, I'm no longer playing for the international level, and this is going to be it. They made it to the final. Felt like, oh my God, because she finally overcome the U.S. women's national team. Didn't happen. But for her to take the Orlando Pride, this laughingstock of a team, I mean, they were so historically bad, Diego, for so long, and take them to this position with an MVP caliber season at age 38. I mean, truly one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. The accolades maybe don't show it on the international level, at the club level, especially because she's played for Orlando for so long. But my God, what a way to end it. There's no more perfect ending for her career if this is truly it.
Definitely, dude, definitely. And of course, we also got to talk about Barbara Banda, who scored the game-winning goal for Orlando, the most prolific striker for the Pride in the playoffs. Bro, I don't know if you saw it, but the way she scored the goal, like she basically put the ball like a rabbit right through the tunnel, right through Kingsbury, who of course is the best goalkeeper in the league. I mean, that was a great finish, but we got to talk about Kingsbury as well. I mean, there's a reason why. Like, bro, I remember the shootout. I think it was against Gotham. Yes, it was Gotham.
Yeah, last round.
Holy cow, dude. That was... Go ahead.
Yeah, she saved 3 straight penalties in that shootout. So the best goalkeeper in the league, the most informed keeper in the league by far, and Barbara Banda, she scored goals all year, and it's always these crafty finishes. You never see her coming. She dribbles around one on the edge of the box and just slots it right into that space where Kingsbury can't get it. So she strikes fear. Barbara Banda, she strikes fear into goalkeepers every time she steps on the pitch, and Kingsbury is no exception.
Definitely. I mean, also well much deserved award, winning the NWSL Championship MVP, very much deserved. And overall, I mean, yeah, that was just a great night for Orlando. A huge shout out to my boy Rufo, who is an Orlando City fan himself. He was very proud, of course, that Orlando Pride got to bring a trophy to the beautiful city of Orlando in the Sunshine State. So that was pretty awesome. Before we move on to some other U.S. soccer stuff, there was one question that I wanted to ask you, JayDe. So it turns out, I didn't know about this until I watched the final game. So it turns out that the final game happened in Kansas City in the Soccer Pacific Stadium for the Kansas City Current, which was pretty cool, of course. Awesome venue. But here's the question, though, that I want to ask you. As far as the players are concerned, at least here in America, specifically in MLS, though, MLS used to have the same system with the NWSL about like selecting a city to host the cup final. But as of recently, now it's whoever, like, with the final two teams remaining in the season, whichever team ended up above, as far as total points are concerned, like in the total points, that team would host the MLS Cup final. So say, for example, if the LA Galaxy reached the MLS Cup final and the Eastern Conference winner would be, say, Orlando, the Galaxy won more points throughout the regular season than Orlando, so the Galaxy would host MLS Cup. It would take place here in Carson. My question for you is, actually, 2 questions. One, is there a specific answer why the NWSL is not doing that type of hosting rights? And 2, how would you feel would go? Like, do you think this way is better, like selecting a different city, or do you think it would be more convenient for the team that end up higher to host the NWSL Championship Final?
Yeah, American soccer is a little weird like that because, in England, every final is held at Wembley. No matter what competition, you want to make it to Wembley. But Kansas City, their soccer-specific stadium, they sold out all year long. By far the best atmosphere in the NWSL. I think the fact that Kansas City had a chance to make it too made this site decision a lot more understandable. But I like it. I still like the atmosphere that was there in Kansas City. I think, in American soccer, home field advantage is a massive thing. We saw that in the USL Championship Final. But
Definitely.
When you have a team with definite home field advantage, I'm not sure it creates the same kind of tense, topsy-turvy atmosphere that you see in maybe international finals where you have one site. The goal is to make it to this site and not try to play so much for home games. I'm kind of split. I don't really have a take on that because in the face of this NWSL final being at Kansas City, it was a great atmosphere. It was good. Sure would have been better in Orlando. But I don't know. It's just home field advantage is such a big thing in American soccer. I think it definitely gives one team an advantage one way or the other.
Yeah, definitely. And just to point something out as well, I just want to share something really quick with Liga MX, specifically with this postseason right now that's going on. With their grand finale, what they're doing is that the final is 2-legged, and the first game it's gonna the host team is the team that per se ended up below, like below positions, and the second leg would take place in the home stadium of the team who ended up above. So, what do you think about that system?
Two-legged finals I'm more of a fan of. I like the two-legged finals. I think if MLS were to adopt something like that, maybe the NWSL could too. I like the fact that it's played over two legs. It's always struck me as weird, like in the Champions League final, you have two legs all through these playoffs, and you have a one-legged final, right? Just one game to decide it all. So I think I'd be more of a fan, at least for the NWSL, to have a two-legged final, right? Lower seeded team first, high seeded team second. So you get a game in Washington where they did sell out all through these playoffs, and then a game in Orlando. That'd be really, really cool. I'd like to see that.
Yes, sir. Mark, Inglewood Cup. Any what are any thoughts or reactions towards the NWSL Championship Final as well? Marta winning her trophy.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know who Marta is.
Oh, bro!
Come on, man.
Don't do that to us, bro. Don't do that to us,
bro. I did not hear about this till like right now.
No worries, bro. No worries. But well, same question will go to you though. Really, as far as like playoffs are concerned, which style, like as far as the finale, which style would you prefer? That the final takes place in some random selected city, or it takes place in the home stadium of the team that performed better, or a two-legged final?
I say it should be like two-legged because like it gives a chance for like both teams to like I guess have a home field advantage in a way. So like if you just have it at a random city, it's like first you're making people, spend more money, and I know that's like the plan, spend more money, go to another city, book hotels, this and that. Might as well just have the home field advantage and make life easier.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, JayDe. I think it's possible, like you said. I think it's possible that if the NWSL wants to, find ways to get more money, then I could totally see that happening. Like Inglewood Cup mentioned, having the final two-legged matches.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be a great way to make more money. It's not conveniencing the fans too. You want the most passionate fans to be there at the final, right? Not make it a super touristy kind of attraction-wise. And that's why America's so weird, because you have smaller countries who can have one stadium and it's only a few hours away. But if they were to adopt a two-legged final, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't think it'd be a big outrage for the fans either, because then you could have both teams perform at home one more time in their stadiums, even if the rest of the playoffs stayed just one game at the highest seeded stadium. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I absolutely wouldn't.
Awesome. All right, before we move on, let's take a quick catch up in the live chat. Merrick, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to today's show. As per usual, it is awesome to see you here, brother. How you doing tonight? Alvin is also here, bro. We all about Europe or South America, but congratulations to Marta. Yes, sir. All right, folks. So the other big news, of course, that happened this weekend was the USL Championship Final. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks winning 3-0 against Rhode Island FC. Before we get into the Colorado Springs, though, because, congrats to them. Such a dominant game that they played in the final, domination football. But, just putting them to the side really quick, we'll get to them in a few moments. You got to give the credit to Rhode Island, though, JayDe. I mean, you of all people know, of course, you're the one who's been telling me this, bro. Their inaugural season reaching the final. Like, talk about mind-blowing, dude.
Yeah, let me preface all my analysis on this, or all my comments, by saying I'm jealous. All right, I'm very jealous of Rhode Island. I'm a fan of Monterey Bay FC, another USL Championship club, and we're in our third year, going into our year 4. We haven't made the playoffs yet. So to watch Rhode Island bring in good signings, bring in good players, good coaches, and then to go on the playoff run that they went on this year, it's made me a little jealous. Why can't we do that? But what's made it so incredible is that they've always been the underdogs, and they're on the road every single week against the big teams, against teams like Charleston, right? The best team, arguably, in the regular season with the best goal scorer. They go into Charleston and they beat them. They beat Louisville City, who had the coach of the year, who had a historic season at Lynn Family Stadium, one of the most, one of the fortresses of USL, if you will. They go in there and they beat them 3-0. I mean, dominant performances. But the magic for the underdogs has to run out eventually. I guess it just sucks that it had to happen in the final because of the run that they've had. Only the 4th USL Championship team to make the final in their inaugural season. They couldn't win it, though. And they were my pick to win it all. It just felt like you've been road tested for so long. Rhode Island, I mean, massive congratulations to them for just making it that far, but I know they would have wanted to take home the title, and they know they could have done it, too, with the team that they had and the lineup that they put out there.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. And I mean, honestly, it was a first for both teams. Both teams looking for the first ever title. Lots of, it was the stakes were big in that game. Really, I was watching the majority of the game, not the full 90 minutes. But dude, I gotta say, man, like it just questions. It makes me wonder, like, what the heck happened? Because we're lining up to here at this point. You're just so close to reaching the finish line. But my gosh, was their football just so poor? The defense kept. In a few moments, they were sleeping. They were caught sleeping, which was exactly what cost him the game. I saw the third goal. I forgot who the striker was, but the third goal. I mean, the guy was he was running away with it. One of the goalkeeper, and like you mentioned, just dominant football from the switchbacks. They just dominated Rhode Island from left to right, all 90 minutes. And again, it makes me wonder, like, what happened to Rhode Island that all of a sudden they just crumbled, just fell apart,
Yeah, you look at the caliber of the competition that both teams faced to get to this point. Colorado definitely had the easier, quote unquote, easier schedule. They had to play the Oakland Roots, a team that struggled a lot coming into the postseason. The next two matches against Orange County, who had gone into extra time in their first game, they were definitely a tired team. Colorado scored early, put them to bed early, and then made the final based on another just solid performance in the Western Conference. So to make the final, they were definitely the more rested of the two teams. Rhode Island had to play some of the top teams in the league to make it to the East. They were the underdog every single time, had to really be switched on. You can argue that, a month's worth of travel wears on Rhode Island more than it does on Colorado, who surprisingly had a home game, right? Colorado Springs, as a lower seed, weren't expected to have home games this playoffs. And Winder Field was electric so early in the day, too. So Rhode Island, they've been tested. I just think that the magic simply ran out because the performances that they've had to put in week after week after week in these playoffs, to come into Winder Field against a red-hot Colorado team who hasn't been tested in the same way or hasn't been challenged in the same way or underestimated in the same way. It just wore on them mentally and physically. And, yeah, they got dominated from start to finish. 3-0, that's exactly what they deserved.
Yeah, I mean, as for the switchbacks, that was a win that they very much deserved, Taking a look at the stats, 55% ball position compared to 45 from Rhode Island. 13 total shots from the switchbacks, only 9 from the opponent team. And yeah, 290 accurate passes compared to 215. As far as the XGs, let me try to find the XG here. I'm looking at the FootMap map, by the way, for those who are wondering. Okay, I can't find the XG as of right now. But, I mean, yeah, overall, you guys know what we're talking about. You guys got the idea. And, yeah, World Cup. Did you get to, by chance, watch the USL Championship Final?
Come on, bro. No.
Oh.
Well, look, to be fair, JayDe, in this show, we really talk more about European football than U.S. soccer. But this weekend had to be the exception because, as you know, bro, a lot like crazy things happened. 2 championship finals, big, huge moments. And you know what? There's just one more thing that we got to talk about before we move on to European football. Before that, let's get you up in the live chat. Merrick, I'm doing good. How are you doing tonight? I'm sure you're very happy about the Galaxy today. Yes, sir. There's a reason why I'm wearing this bad boy tonight for tonight's special occasion. And what a way to transition right into it, shall we, boys? MLS Cup playoffs, semifinals, conference semifinals. Started off yesterday, of course. The Hudson River Derby, guys. New York Red Bulls upsetting NYCFC at their home stadium, by the way, which is a baseball stadium, Citi Field. 2-0 win for the Red Bulls, a historic win for the Red Bulls because, fun fact, this was the first ever Hudson River Derby in the history of the MLS Cup playoffs. I mean, JayDe, what are your thoughts on this, brother?
Let me just say this was the second best Hudson River Derby in a knockout competition this year. The game itself wasn't as exciting as the Hudson River Derby that happened in the U.S. Open Cup between the second team of both of these teams, where it was 4-2 to NYCFC. I'm not a big Red Bulls soccer fan or a Red Bulls guy, but they definitely deserve the win for this one. And my bracket's been busted for a long time, so I had no stake in this. But yeah, Red Bulls, we're definitely the better team on the day.
Dude, I mean, kudos to them, man. I mean, I know many people are not fan of the Red Bulls, let alone the whole brand of Red Bull. I totally get that. You know, they've been controversial with football, so I totally get that. But honestly, guys, I'm not going to lie with y'all. I am honestly hoping that they win. Okay, sorry, let me rephrase that. Of course, I want this team to win. But as far as an Eastern... I'm sorry.
I don't know about that one.
Don't know about that one, Diego.
Sorry. Of course, I want the Galaxy to win. But I wouldn't be disappointed if the Red Bulls ended up winning because let's be honest, guys, they've been an original team in MLS back when they were the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars back in '96. They are, besides Dallas, they're literally one of, only the two MLS original clubs that have not won MLS Cup in the history of their franchise. So if any team needs to win it or desperately needs a title, at least one, it's them. And actually, there is a stat. I think my notebook. I don't know where my notebook went to. Okay, I don't know where it is. I'll find it here later. But there's a stat. Shout out to Danny T Radio who provided this stat. So get this, JD. I don't know if you know about this. The Red Bulls are currently the only professional U.S. sports team to have qualified to a playoffs for 15 consecutive seasons, which of course they have not won any single one of them. So there you go.
Wow. That's a crazy stat. That's a long time to make the playoffs with no success. I had no idea.
Yeah. So if you ask me, dude, I mean, the Red Bulls, they're now facing Orlando City for the Eastern Conference Final. That's going to be a very interesting game. If you ask me, I think Orlando's going to win that one. I mean, I hope they do because of my boy Rufo. But again, I wouldn't be too disappointed because, as you just put your football to the bias, you just football bias to the side, right? I think the Red Bulls, seeing them win their first ever MLS Cup trophy. Yes, of course, the haters will not like it, but if you're a neutral, I think, I would have to applaud to them because, come on, man. It's been 28 years now, their existence, and they haven't won MLS Cup at all. They really do need it, bro. If you ask me, they're one of the few teams that desperately need it.
All right, well, you may have softened my heart a little bit there. I'll admit it.
Anyway, Cub, what are your thoughts?
Bro. Last couple weeks ago, you know how we made our little predictions and everything like that. Everything's going good except one prediction. Because I said LAFC was going to beat Seattle, but that didn't happen.
I said that too, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. I did predict New York Red Bulls just randomly. It was just a random prediction, and it happened. And I did predict Orlando's beating Atlanta. That happened. Everything else is happening, but this LAFC. And I'm like, hey, if Orlando makes the finals and it's LA Galaxy, bro, I've just predicted this whole thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Dude, my whole Eastern Conference bracket side, I ruined it, dude. I got none of them right.
Bro, stop jinxing everything, dude. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Oh, heck no. Oh, man. All right, here's a stat because I kind of paraphrased it. So this is the direct quote from Denny T Radio. So the Red Bulls have the longest active playoff streak of any U.S. pro sports team, making the playoffs 15 consecutive seasons. And just for the record, guys, as far as in the last 7 encounters in the Hudson River Derby, NYCFC had 4 wins compared to the Red Bulls with only 2, 1 draw between them. And they have, and by the way, the Red Bulls have defeated NYCFC for the first time this year. So talk about upset. I mean, JD, like you mentioned, this was a truly underdog story. So crazy, Yeah,
it's weird to talk about a Red Bull team as an underdog, but they definitely were. They're gritty. They're hungry. I know they want it. Orlando's going to be a tough test. I think Orlando might be the hottest team in the East right now. So it'll be a good matchup. It'll be fun. I think it won't be as gritty as this 2-0 was, but be a lot more stretched. It'll be a lot more exciting.
Definitely. All right, moving on to the West. Yesterday it was, of course, as well. LAFC versus Seattle. Dude, another upset. You got an upset on the East, and then an even bigger upset on the West, for crying out loud. Freaking crazy. The Seattle Sounders, fun fact, ending their 11-game unbeaten streak against LAFC. And fun fact as well, another fun fact, the last time Seattle beat LAFC was coincidentally in the 2020, was it 2020 or 2021? I think it was 2020. Yeah, in the 2020 MLS Cup playoffs. So once again, another encounter between Seattle and LAFC in the playoffs. And this time, LAFC could not get their win against them. But Seattle finally end their 11-game unbeaten streak against them. Jordan Morris, dude, talk about veteran of the game for U.S. soccer. I swear, that guy always shows up in big games. I'm not even kidding. This guy goes for Seattle throughout the whole season. But every time when they play a major game, bro scores a goal. He shows up all the time. It's freaking crazy. The game-winning goal in extra time to basically give the first place team their elimination of this year's MLS Cup playoffs. JayDe, what are your thoughts on this, bro?
Hey, if there's one thing LAFC fans and Inter Miami fans can agree on after this postseason is that they hate the playoffs because they both were some of the best teams in the regular season and get absolutely smashed before making the final. So I think Jordan Morris is just clutch. That's what he is. I wouldn't play him in the regular season, but play him in the playoffs every single time, no doubt.
Bro, at this point, Jordan Morris is just Seattle's secret weapon, you know?
Yes, he wakes up. He's like playoff Jordan Morris is a different animal.
True, bro, totally true. It's like he has like a freaking switch, you know, like switching his playoff mode, and boom, there you go. Honestly, dude, I swear, if Jordan Morris scores a goal against us, and you know, it means our elimination, I'm not gonna like that guy. Not for a long time.
You don't like a lot of people.
You might have spoken it into existence too right now.
Wait, what was that? Sorry.
Oh, I was saying you don't like a lot of people. Let's be honest.
Well, you know, Man City guys, Seattle guys, LAFC guys, you know.
You hate Giroud for no reason.
Oh, screw Giroud, dude. No, screw him. I'm sorry, but
no. What's this anti-Olivier Giroud agenda we got here?
Because he freaking joined LAFC, bro. God betrayed me, bro. Okay, first of all, he's already talking smack about Arsenal, so there's one. And then the cherry on top is moving to my arch nemesis team. Screw you, dude. And heck no, I'm not going to support that guy. Screw him.
He's one of the most underrated players of like his generation, though. Like he's really good. You can't appreciate a baller,
right?
2 against 1.
He's speaking facts out here.
Oh man. I'm sorry. It looks like my bias is gonna overtake me on this one, bro. Not gonna lie.
Hey, you know, if you got deep hatred in your heart, rock with that.
Look, there's something I want to mention, by the way. Can we just talk about the fact that both Olivier Giroud and Hugo Lloris are out of MLS Cup playoffs?
Hey, I know you gotta hate Hugo Lloris too. That's another guy you gotta hate, right?
Oh, not gonna lie, I don't give a crap about Hugo Lloris, bro. I'm telling you, the reason why I don't like Giroud is because the guy was talking smack about Arsenal after he left. I don't know what issues he had with the club or what problems the club gave him. I don't know, but I mean that happened, and then now the fact that he's playing for LAFC, I'm sorry, but he lost all my respect there. At that moment when LAFC signed him, he lost all my respect. I'm sorry.
Hey, rivals do that to you. Bring you a lot of hatred.
There you go. Let's catch up in the live chat, shall we? Let's see here. Alvin says, LAFC are frauds, LA Galaxy better. Yes, sir. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if they pass, they get put in a pack because I have a feel like LA Galaxy gonna win this MLS Cup. Mark my words. But here's the thing, right? I was saying this on my live stream for the live watch along between the Galaxy and Minnesota just a few hours ago. So the fact that the Galaxy are facing Seattle for the Western Conference Final, and by the way, I want to hear your guys' opinion on this, on my take. If the LA Galaxy beats Seattle Sounders next weekend, we will win MLS Cup. At that point, it will be our cup to lose. Because in my personal opinion, with the 3 remaining teams between Seattle, in your World Cup, oh my gosh, what am I talking about? Seattle, Orlando, and the New York Red Bulls.
Yes, I'm playing in the MLS Cup.
That's another dark horse team we got to watch out for.
Hell yeah.
Dude, this is going to be clipped. Freaking heck. Between Seattle, Red Bulls, and Orlando, if you ask me, Seattle is the toughest one of the 3. So if we beat Seattle, then it's our cup to lose. But what are your thoughts on this? And let's start with you. What are your thoughts on that take?
Say that one more time.
Oh my gosh.
You lost me at Seattle.
Okay, if the Galaxy beats Seattle in the Western Conference Final, then in my opinion, we will win MLS Cup. Then, it's our cup to lose.
Yeah, I already said it. Galaxy's winning the whole thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I already said it. I don't think Orlando's gonna beat Galaxy or New York Red Bulls, in my opinion. If Galaxy do lose against Seattle, then it changes everything. I think it just changes everything.
I agree with that. JayDe, how about you, bro?
Hey, the moment Inter Miami got knocked out, it became LA Galaxy's cup to lose.
True.
because
True.
the Galaxy are the best remaining team. I mean, they beat Minnesota. They smashed Minnesota, right? If they lose to Seattle,
Yes,
it's
sir.
just another upset. It's just another upset if they lose to Seattle in this playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's been their cup to lose without Miami in there. I mean, if you're the top team in the West, and they were for a long time up until those final minutes in Houston, right?
Oh
You got to
gosh, don't
perform.
remind me,
You got
dude.
to perform. So as long as they don't choke away another lead, late on or anything, yeah, it's been their cup to lose, and they're performing like they are the favorites.
Yeah, I mean, ever since last night's game of Seattle eliminating LAFC, at that point, I think I'm pretty sure many Galaxy fans really were just in relief. Of course, it's a big game versus Seattle. We have not had good luck against Seattle, really. I mean, they've had a winning streak against us. I think we ended it this year. I forgot, but I mean, look, it's funny. LAFC have been owning Seattle over the past like 11 games or so, which is like over the past 5 years, really. While Seattle have been dominating us over the last several years. So it's going to be a tough game nonetheless. But I am confident nonetheless. I am confident. I think we will get the job done. I mean, we have been unbeaten, guys. We have been unbeaten at home throughout the whole year, not just in the regular season, but also so far in the postseason as well. We beat Colorado. We just beat Minnesota tonight. I mean, again, it's gonna be a very tough one. It's gonna be a huge disappointment. It's gonna feel like crap if we lose against Seattle. But you know what? Nonetheless, I think still, even if we do get eliminated in the Western Conference Final, I think nonetheless this will be a good season to just reflect upon, because it's been a huge accomplishment. This has easily been the best season for the Galaxy, literally since 2014, since the last time we won any silverware. So, nonetheless, I mean the Galaxy are in a very good direction, especially after this year, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
They couldn't have asked for a better season.
yes, sir, bro. Definitely. This season has been a season of redemption. That's what it's been. A season of redemption for us Galaxy fans. Last year, one of the worst years really in the club because, I mean, for crying out loud, even the home fans started protesting, man. The whole protest with the supporters group. We were not attending the matches and all that. Freaking Chris Klein. Long last, he got sacked, and we got Will Kuntz, who's been cooking, our new general manager. And look at the results, dude. It's crazy to see the results. As soon as you sack this man who's been the president for 10 years, literally thanks to him that we have not won anything. The moment you sack him, look at the results. It's not hard to comprehend, So it's crazy, but it's also awesome to see the results this year so far. Let's get a quick catch up really quick in the live chat. Don't forget that he ducked an Arsenal in the 2019 Europa League final. Oh, Giroud, I assume. Well, Lloris is Spurs. I still don't care about Hugo Lloris, but Giroud did dunk on them in the final in 2019 Europa League. Was he? I think Giroud was with Arsenal in that year, right?
No.
I forgot.
No, he was in Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea, right? Okay. Well, there you go. Alvin, just give me another reason why to hate on freaking Giroud. Do you think the final will be NYRB and LA Galaxy will be the finalists? Okay, if the Galaxy reach the final, I think it's most like, you know what? I'm going to give it to the Red Bulls. That's my prediction. I think that if the Galaxy were to beat Seattle, I think the Red Bulls will probably be their opponents. That would be a great, bro, not going to lie, guys, that would be a great final. 96 team versus a 96 team. Talk about history right there between those two teams. So that would be pretty dope. Nonetheless, I think the Galaxy would win. But if Seattle were to beat the Galaxy and reach MLS Cup final, you know what? I think Seattle would probably end up winning it. I don't see Orlando or even the Red Bulls beating the Sounders. JayDe, what do you think about that? If Seattle were to reach MLS Cup final?
Yeah, I think they become the favorites. I think whatever West team emerges is the favorite. Because Orlando and New York Red Bulls, they're both playing on borrowed time. They weren't expected to make it this far. Maybe Orlando, meeting up against Miami if they had made it, still be an underdog. But yeah, Orlando making it to the final, they could be a threat. I just think the West is stacked. The West has the better teams, the better talent, and you can't bet against playoff Jordan Morris in an MLS Cup final.
Oh, definitely, bro. Definitely. Do not sleep on Jordan Morris. He has a secret weapon for Seattle. And World Cup, what do you think if Seattle were to reach the MLS Cup final?
I 100% agree with JayDe. I'm not going to lie. It's just like what the West is more stacked in this case. Oh.
Interesting. All right. Let's see here. But Galaxy is going to thrash NYRB. Is that the case? Well, I mean, if that's the case, yeah, if they face Red Bulls in the final. I think LA Galaxy versus Seattle Sounders is going to be a close match, but I'm going to say LA Galaxy 3-2 over Seattle Sounders. Interesting. Oh, man, look, I know, I mean, fun fact, the Galaxy, I think they're the first team. Hold on, I just saw it in an Instagram story. Let me see if I can find it again really quick. But I saw something that said that the Galaxy, they're the first team to score more than 15 goals in the MLS Cup playoffs. I'm going to see if I can try to find it here really quick. If not, then whatever. All right, here we go.
Hey.
With a 6-goal performance tonight, the LA Galaxy became the first club to score 15 times over a 3-game period in the Audi MLS Cup playoffs. So, guys, we're the only team so far in this year's playoffs to score more than 4 goals in the MLS Cup playoffs, which is a freaking amazing stat. I mean, our attack has been on fire, dude. JayDe, I'm so happy I chose Gabriel Peck for Footy Friday starting 11, man. He got let me see the score really quick. He's of course he scored 2 goals. I think he also provided an assist. His final rating was 9.0. 9.0. There you go, bro. There you go.
Hey, that was a great pick. And that goal, dribbling from beyond halfway and then just sliding it home. First of all, terrible defense. Dude. MLS level defense there. Terrible. But a great goal too.
Yep.
So if it wasn't for Harry Kane's hat trick, he would definitely be our man of the match.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. What a run, man. Gabriel Peck showing how he can be the next Flash for James Gunn's DC universe. And with that, bro, our front three has just been on fire in this playoffs, man. So with that being said, I don't know. I don't know if we will be able to score many goals versus Seattle. Let's not forget yesterday, Stefan Fry, man. He was on fire for Seattle from what I heard. The guy was just making so many saves against LAFC. Hence the reason why LAFC could not even beat Seattle for crying out loud. So nonetheless, it's going to be a very tough game. I'm not expecting much of a goal fest, if I'm being honest.
No, I don't. 3-2 might be a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Anyway, Cub, what do you think?
What was the question?
Do you think that the Galaxy will be able to score like a goal fest against Seattle, considering that Seattle, with Stephen Fry and all, they're not a easy team to break through, basically, you know?
I'm gonna have a prediction right now. All right.
Okay.
It's gonna be a solid 4-2. Galaxy's winning.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that prediction. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty then. Well, I mean, I guess we could talk about the MLS Cup playoff matches for tonight. Orlando, of course, as we mentioned earlier, they're on to the Eastern Conference Finals to face the Red Bulls. They beat Atlanta United 1-0. Narrow win, not much to say, really, you know. The only thing I would say is that just something that people may have forgotten, really, is just Orlando and Atlanta. They were originally a derby. When Atlanta joined MLS, there was a bit of a rivalry going on there since, you know, geographically, both Southern clubs. But, of course, ever since Miami came into the picture, it was a whole Inter-Miami versus Orlando thing. But I think it was pretty interesting that we got to see one more edition of this classic Southern derby. Well, not much of a derby now, but a flashback of a derby, if you will, between Orlando and Atlanta. I remember talking to my friend Rufo, the Orlando City fan, about Oscar Pareja. I mean, the guy is no stranger when it comes to the MLS Cup playoffs, but if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the first time in Orlando City's history to reach the Eastern Conference Final, of major accomplishment. But considering the fact that, you know, he's had several years with the club now, this is quite literally the farthest he has ever taken the club in the MLS Cup playoffs. But the question now here is, let's say that Orlando loses in the Eastern Conference Final, or even in MLS Cup. Do you guys think that Orlando should continue with Oscar Pareja? JayDe, we'll start with you.
I mean, if he's bringing about all the success, why not? Right, ride the hot hand. If this is a flash in the pan thing, it's a one-season wonder, then you can always move on next season. But I think if you want to keep this group intact, the talent that they have right now, keep the head coach, keep the manager. There's no harm in doing that.
All right, cool. You know, Cole, what do you think about this?
I say we should give him a chance. Give him around. You never know. That's what I'm saying. You never know.
True. You never know. This could be it, man. You know, this could be it. Orlando City looking as well for their first ever MLS Cup trophy as well. I mean, they have won the US Open Cup, I think was last year, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was last year. So, of course, Pareja has won a trophy with them, of course. it's just the MLS Cup. That's the one that's left in the list. Merrick says this is Orlando City's first ever Eastern Conference Final appearance. Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, as we predicted just a few moments ago, I think Orlando most likely to beat the Red Bulls, right? So, final MLS Cup predictions as far as the two opponents. I got LA Galaxy versus Orlando. Why not? Would you guys agree?
I'd rock with that too. I'd say LA Galaxy Orlando.
Yeah, I said that before.
Yeah, okay. Bro, Angro Cup, I don't know what you were cooking, man. What did you eat that you freaking predicted MLS Cup until now? That is just crazy. You literally got every single one correct besides the LAFC one. That is crazy.
Bro, I tell you, bro, I'd be making random predictions and they be coming out true, bro. You know this.
Oh, man. True, bro. True. I say NY near Red Bulls, but LA win it all. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. Well, guys, with that being said and done, I think we can move on now. Let's move on to European football. I mean, really not much of any specific segments. This is just the part where we just react to any specific game that we want to talk about, anything that happened, So, JayDe. Oh, JayDe, no. We definitely have to start with you, my man. What a win against Fulham, dude. Holy cow.
That's right. Matheus Cunha is a top player in the Premier League right now. I don't know if it's top 10, top 5, but he is on fire. I mean, we hadn't scored 4 goals since last season away at Brentford. We hadn't won an away game since last season at Spurs. But to go into Craven Cottage and to concede in the same way we've already conceded 2 or 3 goals from outside the box this year against Alex Iwobi, who always scores against us, by the way. He has more than double his goal tally against Wolves than he has against any other team in the Premier League. He scored against us 6 times. And it wasn't looking good.
I know how you feel, bro.
Hey, it's just he's got something against us. But to come back and to score 4 goals off the back end of that, 4 really good goals that we totally deserved, I mean, there was no better feeling. There's no better feeling. And I got to watch it with my man, MBFC discussion friend Noah, who was on Footy Fridays just a few weeks ago. We were singing, we were dancing. He's another Wolves fan just like me, so it felt so good to experience that and to just watch Wolves put away their chances finally and take their chances and take risks. And Matheus Cunha, there's just no better player at Wolverhampton Wanderers right now than him.
Yeah, man, what a monumental win. I mean, I saw the score and I was shocked, dude. Like 4-1. Gosh dang, dude. Gary O'Neill. Could we see the rise of him as well? We'll see. Cunha, he's in the top 5, bro. 7 goals this season so far, only tying with Cole Palmer, Yona Wisa, and Nicholas Jackson. But dude, top 5, not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. Only 3 goals, by the way, behind Mo Salah, who's in second place.
Yeah, Noah was saying in NBC discussion, he said Cunha is a top 3 player in the Premier League right now, maybe only behind Salah and one other. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? Can you name 5 players better than Matheus Cunha right now?
Soccer
in the Premier League.
In the Premier League, in form right now.
You go first, Anglo Cup.
No, you go first. I'm up in the pressure. Hold on, I got to think about this.
Okay. I mean, I don't know about Havertz. Well, okay. Do you mean like overall or specifically in the attack?
I'm in form right now. Who's better than Matheus Cunha? I think maybe Salah. Well, Salah. We can get Salah off the board.
Salah, definitely Chris Wood. You really cannot take out Chris Wood from this equation. Definitely Chris Wood. Maybe Bruno Fernandes, arguably. I would say.
No, don't say United.
No, don't bring that.
United person. Don't bring that trash team. I would probably. I say Cole Palmer, personally.
Hey, he hasn't performed against big teams though. He hasn't shown up the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else. I mean, definitely not Holland. So let's get rid of that guy.
Yeah, let's get that.
Let's get Cinderella out of the bar.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of would want to go with one of Arsenal's defenders between Saliba, if I'm being honest.
No, Saliba's a baller.
How about Alexander Isak?
I don't think so. I haven't heard
of him in a minute. I have not heard of him in a minute.
True. Good point. Well, let's see here. Let me take a look at the table. Let's get an idea. How about Luis Diaz?
Maybe Luis Diaz. I think maybe put 2 Liverpool guys ahead of Mateus Cunha, but the point still stands that he is on fire right now. We're out of the relegation zone, back-to-back wins, unbeaten in 4. I mean, and he's at the heart of all of it. He's our number 10. The goals he's scored and the performances he's putting in is just incredible. He raises the level of everybody around him.
Nice, man. I mean, hey, for your sake, I hope Wolves truly does, it's a really heavy start that y'all had really so far this season. Right now, especially now that we're approaching the midpoint of the season, y'all really got to get back into form, So what better way than to do it right now? Because really, from here to May, you really could get up, you can really improve, especially move your position off the table drastically. So what better way to start it right now, Better late than never.
Hey, this is our stretch where we need to start winning games. We really need to win games. Hey, and Arsenal need to win too if Man City keep losing. You guys need to start capitalizing on your chances too.
Oh man, do not get us started.
Bro,
hey,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised most of the season Wolves was struggling. I'm not gonna lie. I would expect them to be right now in the mid-table, but from the start of the season, I'm surprised myself. And hopefully this is a way for you guys to turn it around. This is a start. I don't think you guys are getting relegated for sure.
No, I've been saying this. We had the toughest start to the season of any team in the Premier League. So this struggle was expected. We should have picked up maybe some more points against Forest, but that was before we knew how good Forest were going to be. So we've played top team after top team after top team. And this stretch here, you'll see us mid-table by Christmas. No doubt.
Hopefully, yeah.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. All right, let's catch up in the live chat here really quick. Let's see here. Okay, so Alvin's shouting out some names who, we were shouting up some names as well. So Chris Wood, we already mentioned him. Brian Mbomo from Brentford.
Oh,
Mbomo, yeah.
I would say yes, to be fair, in top 4, really. I mean, maybe not better than Cunha, but at least slightly below him, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say below. Cunha better.
Savio?
No Man City people, get him out.
You can't put a Man City guy in there.
True. Definitely true. What's the old chant? Oh, we like it. City lost 5 in a row. There you go.
Oh my God, hold up. Has bro gotten the jersey yet or not?
I doubt it. All right. Hey, you know what? Let's talk about Arsenal. Awesome win yesterday against Forest. I mean, we're talking about a side who were literally above us not so long ago, last week or 2 weeks ago. A side who has been, on very good form. Nuno Santos, Chris Wood, of course. By the way, I just want to say Chris Wood freaking ghosted in this game for Forest. In fact, he was on the bench for crying out loud. He didn't even start this game. He was on the bench. But a 3-0 win versus Forest, as an Arsenal fan, man, I got to say, not only was I not expecting this win, but let alone a clean sheet, I mean, holy cow, dude. This was a win that we very much needed. I've been saying it for the past 2 months for crying out loud, man. Arsenal needed to bounce back. We cannot afford to drop points anymore, man, especially now that Man City are dropping points themselves. We need to take this to full advantage, just like what you mentioned, JayDe. We need to take full advantage of it. So this win was much needed, and I'm very happy that we got the job done. But now, World Cup, I'm going to pass it over to you, my man. What are your thoughts on our win this weekend against Forest?
Look, that's one start, but another thing we need to worry about is Liverpool winning every game, because that's the second thing that's going to cause us to not win the league. Okay,
dude,
and yeah, we're taking the advantage of City losing every game. They're literally in a 5-game losing streak, and that's the best sight I would like to see in a minute.
Look, I totally agree, but at the same time, you got to look at the table. 5 defeats in a row. In all competitions, technically, it's 3 defeats in a row for them in the Premier League, and yet they're still in second place for crying out loud. But I still agree with the Liverpool point. They're now with 31 points. We're at 22 points, so.
But City got 23.
Yeah, I mean Liverpool are running away with it, but
I think it'd be close if we see Liverpool start drawing points. I mean. That's going to be crucial. I mean, the next game we see Liverpool play is Real Madrid, but we're not talking Champions League. Next game actually is City.
They're playing City, right? Oh, that's going to be.
They're playing City, so it's kind of a crucial game. Do we want City to win? Do we want City to lose? What's the gist here? We want
Okay,
him to
look.
draw.
Look. Here's what I'm gonna say. From what it looks like, right? Liverpool are on their way to potentially win the league again. As an Arsenal fan, I'm not expecting us to win the season. Not gonna lie. So I would really rather see Liverpool win the league than City.
I agree.
Like I said, I'm really not expecting us to win. I'm not expecting us to turn it over and somehow pass Liverpool. I mean, they almost have a 9-point lead against us. So at this point, I'm not exactly expecting us to win. So with that being said, I would root for Liverpool to win the league. I'm not kidding. I already have my mindset that we're not winning the league. To be honest with you guys, so I would prefer Liverpool to win the league over Man City. With that being said, yeah, I would prefer Liverpool to beat City when they face each
I would
other.
I would just tell you right now, you never know though. That's the thing. We're just 12 games into the season. We got like what, 28 or I don't know how long, 26. I don't know how many games we have left. But we still got faith that, hey, Arsenal could win the league. You never know. Maybe Chelsea might do some voodoo stuff and win the league. You never know. I just don't want City to win again. I don't care who wins it, except Tottenham. We don't want Tottenham to win. But
and Chelsea, dude. I don't want Chelsea to win either.
Chelsea, I'll give them a pass. But dude, you never know.
Yeah. JayDe, what are your thoughts on this about Liverpool's form? And do you personally think that Arsenal could probably catch up?
Hey, as long as City don't win the title, I'm happy. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. That's all it is. I'm sick and tired of watching Manchester City lift the trophy. But if it's Arsenal, I mean, don't count out your boys yet. They're really good. You got a talented team. This is year 3, and if they finish second again, Mikel Arteta, you just got to get them over the line. That's all he's got to do. But yeah, Arne Slot, there's going to be a slump in there somewhere. Liverpool aren't going to go unbeaten all the way into the spring. They're going to lose a few games. So I think Arsenal or Liverpool have the best shot at taking away the title from City. But yeah, Pep Guardiola, he's been in holes before like this. He's been in stretches where he hasn't won or he draws a few games. But come the first of the year, he reinvents the wheel and goes on a 25-game win streak. So anything's possible still. We're still so early in the season. The same way I was saying, hey, it's just early in the year. Wolves aren't going to get relegated. Don't count on Arsenal yet. Not by a long shot.
Yeah, good point, man. But I mean, look, I was just reflecting back on last season. I feel like his history is repeating itself because if you look back last season, literally in this time of year, Arsenal were struggling. We were dropping points. And it is thanks to that at the end, it costed us the league. We lost to City by like almost 1 or 2 points behind. And it was all because this time of year around, Arsenal were struggling. And here we are again with the same thing. In fact, this time, I generally feel like it's been worse because we've just been having an accumulation of injuries almost every 2 weeks, every other 2 weeks. So that's why my confidence is kind of lowered down. But I mean, no, you do have a good point. Of course, we're barely getting into the midpoint of the season. Still a lot more games left to go through. It's going to be interesting to see how this title race will end up going, especially with Liverpool, man, with Arne Slot on fire already in his first season and just dominating the league with Liverpool. Which brings me to this question to you guys. So I want to hear your answers on this. If Liverpool ends up winning the league this season, do you guys think that will make Mikel Arteta look bad? Because again, this is Arne Slot's very first season in the league, and he already wins it. Arteta we're almost getting now to 5 years with him as our manager, and he has lost the league, ending up in second place twice now, back-to-back seasons. So if Liverpool ends up winning the league, do you guys think that Mikel Arteta will probably be closer to the hot seat than ever before? Let's start with the World Cup.
No. It's simple no. Because he's finishing strong. That's it. Like he's gonna finish strong. I mean, do you see Diego Simone? I mean, he's been at Atletico Madrid for how long of his life? And he's still there. Right? And he's won the league how many times? Like what, twice or 3 times? I don't even know how long, but he hasn't won a Champions League. He hasn't won I don't even think he's won a European title with the Atletico. I mean, they still trust in Diego. So, Arsenal's trusting on Mikel on the same thing. If depending what the direction of how they're doing it this season, like, are they going to focus on the Champions League this season or are they going to focus on the Prem? And I'd rather have Arsenal focus on the Prem over the Champions League, in my opinion. So
I would agree, honestly. But I mean, look, the reason I'm asking this question is because I can totally imagine it. if not even half the fan base, some of the fan base of Arsenal complaining at the end of the season. Oh, look, Liverpool won the league. Arne Slot, he had one season with Liverpool. They won it. And look at us. We still can't freaking win it with Arteta. That's my point. That's where I was going with this question. But JayDe, we'll go to you. What are your thoughts on the question, basically,
Hey, don't put Arteta on the hot seat. That's my main takeaway from all this, is that he's built a squad over the last 5 years from really nothing. From a team that's playing Europa League football to now a Champions League squad who's finished second 2 years in a row. I mean, give him a chance. Give him some space to breathe when he's having all this success. Title after title after title. The Premier League title is not easy. And Liverpool has a team full of winners. I mean, simple put, they have a team full of winners. Arsenal hasn't won in a long time. It takes a long process to get them back to the top of the table. So don't push the panic button on Arteta. Put some context on it, right? Just how bad Arsenal have been to their own standards, how they've underwhelmed for so long. Now you guys are finally sniffing some success, and because it's not everything you dreamed of, don't push the panic button.
True. Very good point, JayDe. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to lie, my confidence level has kind of lowered down, but like you guys mentioned, anything could happen from here until May, so we'll see. Nonetheless, I feel like this season, particularly this season, it will be a very interesting one because finally we got another opponent against Man City for the title race. So hopefully, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever happens, let's just all pray and hope that Man City does not freaking win it because we're done. I'm just getting tired of it.
Hey, amen to that.
Amen.
All right, let's catch up in the live chat really quick. Let's see what Alvin is saying here.
Oh, God.
He's saying that he purchased the jersey? Okay.
Cap, we want proof. No, Cap, we need proof. Send it.
Bro, our midfield is non-existent, bro. Gundo has not been the same man, and oh Lord, give me strength on Anfield. What was the point of Man City getting Gundogan again? Really?
And Barca still sold him for free. Like
I don't know.
The pain.
Bro, if y'all want City to win, Liverpool, that ain't happening. We have no midfield. De Bruyne is always a bench warmer, and we ain't winning. Well, this guy's already pressing the panic attack.
Oh.
Hey, this is unprecedented for City. I can imagine they're all losing their heads. Lose one more game, and Pep out talks are going to start. Just because people are freaking out.
That would be hilarious if they start chanting Pep out.
And didn't I just see he just resigned?
2 years.
Yeah, he did.
Like that?
He did.
2 years.
For 2 years? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I genuinely wonder if, hold on. I genuinely wonder if he will actually stay if Man City does get their punishment after the 115 charges. That's going to be interesting to see.
Very cool. Pep in the championship.
Oh, man. Oh, dude,
one.
JayDe, Man City versus Stoke City on a rainy Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean?
Fun.
Swansea City.
Swansea City? Oh, man.
Yeah, Swansea City.
Versus Norwich. Versus West Brom, all those good oldies from English football. But I will say this, Walker and Gundo have not been the same, especially Walker. Don't get me wrong. I like him as a player, but I don't know what happened to Buddy on the Euros. But after that, he is not the same. Bro got cooked by everyone. I mean, honestly, Kyle Walker is just not – I remember just 2 seasons ago, he was one of the best right backs in the world, really. And this season, he hasn't been showing up.
He's getting old, man.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, guys, I don't know about this season, but really in the years to come, we could legit see this Man City team not really crumble, but, De Bruyne is also possibly leaving soon. Gundogan, I doubt he's going to stay for another season. Walker, getting past his prime. So I think Man City will sooner or later, especially all depending on the punishments that we'll find out next year with the 115 charges. Do you guys think it's possible that we could see Man City go through a rebuild?
I don't think so. I don't think it's rebuild time yet. Pep always keeps a really small squad, right? He's not like Todd Bowley buying up all the players just because he can. He buys the players that he really needs. And because a lot of them are injured, they're struggling right now. But he's got a young core. They keep bringing in younger players. De Bruyne will move on. Kyle Walker's going to move on. Gundogan's going to move on. I mean, all these guys are going to move on in the next few years. But Pep consistently over his time at City has never had to rebuild because he just keeps cycling through new players and young players and bringing them into the squad slowly. yeah, Pep's done a really good job of never needing to completely tear down and build back up again, like a lot of other clubs make the mistake of doing.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Let's see here. I feel like the Arsenal fans will say Arteta out because I feel like if Arteta won't win anything, the fans will want him out. I mean, I totally agree. That's the reason why I asked you guys that question, because I am literally, I will bet you guys $20 that at the end of the season, if Liverpool wins, we will see the Arteta out chance, probably louder than ever. I can guarantee you that, because, in my personal opinion, it would not make Arteta look good if Arne Slot won the Premier League in his very first season. I mean, I understand that the context is different circumstances. I totally get that. I mean, it totally makes sense, really, because, with Arsenal, the club was just in a dumpster fire of an era. I even remember the big, huge protest outside of the Emirates. You guys will probably remember that. Like, everyone was just outside of the stadium, just yelling for the Cronkies out and all that. It was thanks to that protest that finally the ownership were now starting to contribute with the club. And then, of course, Arteta came in. We're finally doing better. But with Liverpool, I mean, Slot is just taking over a team that has already been cooking, like JayDe, like you mentioned, already been winners. So, yeah, the circumstances are just different. But nonetheless, as an Arsenal fan, I recognize my fan base. They're going to be freaking out. I can already hear that Arteta fans out if Arsenal doesn't win the league again this season. Their mindset is this FA Cup to a minimum in order to Arteta to stay. Otherwise, the fans will want him out with the owners. I mean, honestly, I doubt Arsenal will win the Champions League. I highly doubt it. I don't know if we'll win the Premier League. I feel like, the very least thing that Arteta could do this season for Arsenal, if you ask me, is to win a trophy, whether it be the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, but at least one of those trophies. So at least that way he will win something with the club, What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. They got to just show some. They got to win something, maybe Carabao Cup or FA Cup, if Orange are like, I guess make a statement. So,
yeah, JayDe, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, a title would be nice, but didn't you guys do the same thing with Arsene Wenger? Like, he didn't win the league for a few years, and all of a sudden it was Arsene Wenger out, and you guys go into this big period of not winning anything at all. So I think an FA Cup, manageable. The league, manageable. Definitely not the Champions League. Take your mind off that. And I think as soon as possible. But, yeah, trophy this year eases all fears.
Fine.
Bro, anyway, we gotta be realistic, bro. We're not winning the Champions League. No
bro,
way, bro.
Bro, who says I'm going for Arsenal in the Champions League?
All right, Barca fan. I forgot. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. There's some fans that would say now sack this man if we ain't winning anything this season. I'm pretty sure City fans will also say that if Pep loses the sixth game as well. I am Pep out because it ain't his fault, and he already said if they charged, he is going to stay. He said in the press. That is true. I just remembered. Pep did say that if the charges went through, he would stay at the club. That would be interesting, Of course, Man City would most likely win the championship. Most likely. Let's see here. Walker cannot be the main captain. I'd rather see Diaz or De Bruyne as main captain. Okay. But anyways, you kill the man, but not the ideology. Ruben, first match as United coach. Drawing to Ipswich. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, we can talk about that, I guess. JayDe, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on Ruben Amorim's debut with Man United today as they tied against Ipswich 1-1?
Listen, I didn't watch this game, but we did talk about this on Footy Fridays. It would be the most Manchester United thing ever to draw or lose against Ipswich, and that's what they did. So yeah. We called it. You and I, we saw this coming. Same old United.
And World Cup, how about you, bro?
Bro, you already know what I'm about to say. You already know what I'm say. They didn't play the GOAT. No. They didn't play the GOAT. Okay? They didn't play the GOAT, Anthony.
I thought for a second you were going to say that you were at church. Okay, never mind.
No. They didn't play the GOAT, Anthony. That's the reason why they lost.
The GOAT, Anthony. That's the reason. Amorim, you better play the GOAT next time, man. Bro's going to be blind. What was that?
Learn from your mistakes. That's all we're saying.
Right?
Exactly, bro.
He would have scored 3 goals by then. I'm telling you.
3-1 win over Ipswich. There you go. I'm not gonna lie. He should have stayed at Sporting. Should have stayed when what he created.
Yes.
He can't turn Hoyland and Zerkin to Gyökeres. No, I
Gyökeres
mean,
is one special being. That's all I have to say.
bro, if Gyökeres ends up going to United, I don't even care if Amarim's the
Uh,
manager. Do not ruin his career, man.
Do not,
No,
do not do
I,
it.
I think this is a
bro,
controversial take for me,
bro.
but I low
Okay, go
key
ahead.
think he would. I think he low key would go to Arsenal because they're looking to that striker situation.
Dude, I would so love Gyökeres to Arsenal. Bro, I'm going to cry if United signs Gyökeres in the next summer transfer window. I'm going to cry. I mentioned this in the last episode of FOOTY Fridays. There were 3 main strikers that I really wanted Arsenal to sign for. It was Gyökeres, Santiago Jimenez, or Benjamin Sesko. One of those guys. And, I mean, at the end...
Bro, try to
went
sneak in
we went-
Santiago Jimenez.
Why not? The guy's been no. I'm pretty sure even JayDe can back me up on this. The man has been on fire for Feyenoord, bro. You cannot ignore that fact. Come on, bro.
How's he
Come
doing
on.
for Mexico?
I'm talking about club, bro. I know, bro. I know for country he's trash. I know more than anyone. He is trash for country, but for club he's been killing it. That's literally what matters, bro. That's literally what matters.
Hey, some people just thrive in certain situations, and Victor Gyökeres thrives in Portugal. Santi Jimenez thrives in the Netherlands. You try to take those guys out and expect them to replicate their success, it's not going to happen. They're not Erling Haaland. Those guys are not Haaland level where you can just take him from league to league to league and he's going to tear it up every time. Those guys need, I think, specific circumstances, specific tactical formations to make them successful.
There you go. Couldn't have said it any better myself. So yeah, for the sake of Gyökeres, for the sake of football, do not sign this guy, man. Do not ruin his career. I've said this before. I'll say it again. United is a club career killer of a club. Okay, I'm pretty sure y'all can also agree with me on that. I mean, we've seen it with Casemiro. We've seen it. I mean, Anthony, for crying out loud. Anthony just sitting there, potential being wasted. F in the chat for Anthony, guys. F in the chat. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to list 3 strikers and Arsenal fans pick. Gyökeres, Sesko, and Isak. I would pick Gyökeres.
Isak.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
He succeeded already in the Premier League. Like, he's proven in the Premier League.
True.
That's true.
I mean, if Isak was one of the only options available, then I would probably go with him as well. I'm not going to lie. Honestly, any striker. We just need a striker. That's what we need, man. Gosh freaking dang it. We cannot depend on Gabriel Jesus, and we can definitely not depend on old grandpa Raheem Sterling. We got to get a new striker, man. I'm sorry, but I was angry when we signed Sterling. I mean, he's been decent at the very best.
How's Sterling had the biggest fall off ever since leaving City?
I mean, look, he joined Chelsea, and that should tell you everything. Chelsea is also right behind United, a club killer of a club. I mean, yes, they've been doing decent recently, but even before they got Maresca, they've been just playing like crap. Well, looks like we haven't got any more comments. Guys, is there any other moments, games, matches that you guys would like to cover in our segment here of Game Week 12 reactions? Game Week Cup has something in his mind. What is he
thinking
cooking?
right now? Hold on. Let me think.
Alvin says, Chelsea ruined him, but when he was Chelsea, he was prime hazard against us. Raheem Sterling? I mean, he had a decent season with Chelsea, but I mean, the reason why Sterling decided to go with Arsenal is because Chelsea was not playing him and he wanted playtime. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that he was prime with City. Afterwards, he just hasn't been decent. Decent at best, but nothing better than that. And World Cup, didn't something happen with Barca this weekend concerning VAR or something? I heard there was some sort of a controversy.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. I did not watch this week's game, bro. The one night. Every time I don't watch a Barca game, they always end up doing bad.
Gosh dang it, bro. You had one job, bro. Gosh dang it.
One job. Because I saw because I was not home, and then I just see on my phone. Oh, it's 2-0. Okay, we won. Let me just continue on what I'm doing, and then I'm
Oh,
like,
that's right. Y'all gave up the freaking lead like in the final 4 minutes of play. Oh my gosh.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even watch the highlights.
That's crazy. Here we go. Not to mention y'all got a red card. So let's see here.
Who got it? Who got it?
Gonzalez scored at the 84th minute, and then Alvarez scored at the 86th minute to tie it up. So you guys basically lost the lead in the final 6 minutes of play. Wow.
To Celta
Real
Vigo.
Madrid. What was that?
To Celta Vigo of all teams.
Yep, for crying out loud of all teams, dude.
I mean,
And with Real Madrid winning today, they won 3-0 versus Leganes. They're only 4 points behind Barca, man. So what is going on with Barcelona?
it's okay. Madrid ain't winning the weight league. Let's be honest.
Bro jinxed it. Bro just jinxed it, guys.
I didn't jinx it. I've been saying this.
Oh, okay. JD, what are your thoughts on La Liga?
I don't do the
title race
jinxing
right
here. You do.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. JD, you're Barca 34 points, Real Madrid 30 points behind, Atletico 5 points behind first place. What are your thoughts on the La Liga title race so far?
I'm inclined to agree with the man with all the right predictions. I don't think Madrid are winning it this season. I'd love to see Barca win it.
Really?
So it's a solid take. It's a solid take. But I might have jinxed it now too. I don't know. I like seeing a different team win it. I can't stand the Madrids and the Man Cities of the world. So yeah, Visca Barca for this year in La Liga. Why not?
All right, cool.
Love this
I
man.
respect that. Cool. All right. Let's see here. Bro, Vigo deserved that win because he was garbage in the final minutes. And apparently a goal was disallowed because of a foul. Real ain't winning the league. Vinny is so washed.
Oh, Vinny is washed.
Vinny with his I like to move it. Did he really do that dance in the celebration? Real Madrid played Valverde right back. Oh my gosh, no way. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Let me see that. Yep, they did. Oh, you know what's funny though? Even though Valverde played the right back, he did score a goal and 2 assists. So hey, can you really complain?
No.
Madrid
chance.
fans are boasting right now. Now, okay. Let me ask you this: who do you think is winning against Liverpool against Real Madrid on Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday.
I'm gonna say either a win or a draw, but I'm not expecting a goal fest. I'm generally expecting like a 1-1 or a 2-1 win for Liverpool, but nothing more than that. How about you, JayDe?
Liverpool. I mean, they want revenge against Real Madrid. They've been done dirty so many times in the Champions League by these guys. Now's the chance. Now's their opportunity, right? They're on fire. Real Madrid are figuring it out for now. I mean, next season they're going to be really scary next year. But while they're still figuring it out, punch them while they're down. That's what Liverpool have the opportunity to do this week in the Champions League, and extend that lead to the top two. So they're going to be, I think, the hungrier of the two teams coming into that matchup.
All right. This game's going to be at Anfield too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a good game then as well. Guys, watch.
I have a strong prediction right here. I think Mbappe will be offsides 10 times.
Wait, who?
Oh.
Mbappe? Yeah.
Over under 10.5 offsides calls.
Dude, if Mbappe actually gets offside calls 10 times, I will buy you any jersey. I'm not kidding. Y'all heard it here, folks. Y'all heard it here.
Yeah, I should have said that in El Clasico. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right. Guys, what I was gonna say was that imagine, just watch this happen, right? Liverpool leading 2-0, and at the very end, we get to see Real Madrid win 3-2. Not the first time we've seen Real Madrid do this in the Champions League. Not the first time. Let's be real here, guys.
Very possible. They got that Champions League DNA.
Yeah, there you go.
Never say never.
Never say never. Nonetheless, it's going to be a very interesting game, very spicy one. A clash of the Titans, a true clash of the Titans.
I will be rooting hard for Liverpool this game, though. Not gonna lie.
Okay, I mean, I'm just going to watch it for the sake of the game, just for the sake of football. I really do not care who wins, It's going to be a good game. I hope it's going to be a good game. It better not be a snooze fest. That's the last thing I want, dude. Let's see here in the live chat. Bro, Mbappe finally make 10 ups. Oh, wait, that's what you mentioned. Bellingham will get cooked by the defense, and I feel like like if Real Madrid want to play Valverde right back, guess who not playing at the knockout rounds of La Liga? Oh yeah, Chivas. Yeah, Chivas Guadalajara getting eliminated in the Liga MX playoffs. I mean, we're facing Toluca, but we're not going to win that game. Nonetheless, I'm still happy that Chivas lost. It was awesome. Talking about Chicharito Hernandez. They're number 14, best player in the whole team, and yet he has not scored a single goal for them this season. So that's pretty hilarious.
He has not scored this season?
Nope, nothing.
Man, what a bump.
I think we talked a little bit in the we talked a little bit about it in the episode of Footy Fridays. I think because I feel like this is the second season with Chivas. I think he's only scored one goal with the club since his return, and that was like almost at the end of last year. I'm pretty sure.
However much he scored, it's been too little.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Man, he's just playing Black Ops right now. Like that's why he put his focus on gaming over the game.
Dude, for the record, not the first time. Like the guy's been a streamer apparently, so I guess he likes streaming more than football. That's crazy, dude. I'm trying to find his stats here from the season just really quick. So here we go. Ever since he returned to Chivas, he has only scored one goal. There you go. Only one goal. 19 games, dude. Only 19 games and one goal for Chivas.
Raheem Sterling numbers.
There you go. Oh, gosh. The Raheem Sterling of Mexico, for crying out loud.
The Raheem Sterling of Mexico is crazy.
Oh, man. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Chicha should just stick to streaming and should retire. I'm surprised that Chicha's not retired yet. I don't know why. I mean, unless he's doing it for the check, I don't know why he doesn't retire. But
I thought he would have retired with LA.
I mean, he still had a few more years left, I would really say, after he left the Galaxy. But really, in his first season with Chivas, he was just so woeful. So I thought he would retire at the end of his first season with Chivas. But now this is the second season, and he's still going at it for no reason. Well, probably just for the check. Bro, remember that his brother said that he was gonna bring Chivas back to glory days for real. By the way, guys, now that we're talking about old timers who are now past their primes and basically living their days in a freaking ghost town. You know what's one Mexican player who was a very prolific attack? One player that basically got forgotten throughout history? Giovanni Dos Santos. What happened to bro?
Is he still playing?
I thought he retired.
I feel it's weird. He's retired, but he never announced it. Like he just completely disappeared. He's no longer playing football. Basically.
Oh, wow.
What about Jonathan?
Jonathan is still playing. He's playing with America.
Oh.
And you know what's funny? Jonathan Dos Santos has literally been chasing his brother every step of his career. Like every time that Giovanni went to this club, a few years later, Jonathan went to that club, and then Giovanni left that club to go to another one. And it's just like frogs jumping from one lily pad to another, chasing one another. It was pretty funny because, guys, not gonna lie, Giovanni left the Galaxy for America, but Jonathan Dos Santos was with us that season when Giovanni left. So he basically left his brother, and then Jonathan went to join America, and then Giovanni left America there. So, Jonathan can just not play with his brother for some reason,
It's not meant to be.
For real. Let's see here. Bro, Chio should have stayed at Barca. I don't know what happened.
I don't know about that one. He didn't even get played at Barca. He didn't even get played at Barca, so why would he stay?
I'm pretty sure he did, didn't he?
Yeah, but like...
No? Oh, shit. Okay. No.
you had who was... I forgot who was there at the time. Yeah, I forgot who was there at the time, but he stopped playing, Poor form.
Yeah.
Poor form.
Yeah, poor form. Kind of unfortunate to see a high talent of like Giovanni Dos Santos just basically end up his career in the abyss. So yeah, pretty unfortunate.
I mean, like, cause you got Messi dominating during that era when he was there. So, we really didn't get to really hear about Jonathan, I guess.
Yeah, Like
Not
I
dropping
mentioned,
Gio.
he never announced his retirement on to the world like publicly. So he just disappeared, literally disappeared. All right, guys. Before we start to wrap things up, there's one thing that I want to point out and ask you guys. So I think it was Friday morning. Yes, on Friday morning, big news. Javier Mascherano has been announced as the new manager for Inter Miami. If you guys ask me, that caught me completely off guard. I was not expecting that. But if you guys ask me, someone asked Messi who they should sign for, and that's the name that they gave him. I don't see it any other way. But JD, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on that surprising announcement?
Hey, they got Messi, Busquets, and Alaba in a room and said, hey, who can win us the title? Who you guys want to play with? And that's the name they came up with. I mean, Marciano, he was appreciated for his work at Barca. Great player. Only ever scored one goal there in his time at the club.
Oh, wow.
But a beloved figure for sure. Played with him for a long time. And, I think Messi just wants to bring another friend over, Busquets and Alaba. They'd love to see him. Obviously, he's got a great football mind, more Barca talent. But yeah, they got him all into a meeting and we're like, hey, we're looking for a manager. Who's available? The guy said, hey, don't worry, we got this. Called him up, said, hey, you want to come to Miami? Short conversation.
Yep. Messi and crew still growing, Bro, I'm genuinely curious, though, now that they got Mascherano, after this historic season that the club has done, not just for club, but also for the league, breaking the single MLS season record, most points, of course, winning the Support Shield. It didn't end well, being eliminated in the first round of MLS Cup playoffs. But still, nonetheless, you cannot deny the fact that it was a historic season. With that being said, JD, where do you realistically see Inter Miami after this, now that they got Javier Mascherano?
Same place they were when they went out of the MLS Cup playoffs, the best team in MLS. Nothing's changed. Tata Martino just couldn't get him over the line. He messed with the tactics going into the playoffs, tried to tinker a little too much. He's like Pep in the Champions League final. He's messing around. But I think Marciano just gets him right, gets him back on track. They might even break the points record again next season. I mean, they're just the best team, simply put. If they can just get their heads right in the playoffs, MLS Cup next season. Easy to call it.
Wow, okay. I personally would call it a kind of a strong take, really, because look, between Marciano and Tata Martino, let's be honest, Martino has been the better manager. He has proven it, not just with Miami, but also for club and country. Let's not forget LT United. He won the MLS Cup in the second season with the club. If you ask me, Marciano is probably going to be filling some big shoes because, after Tata Martino's impressive performance with the club, big, huge, historic season. But I'm not going to lie, I personally don't see Marciano replicating under the shoes, filling the shoes of Tata Martino. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I didn't even know Marciano was a manager. I don't even know how his resume even looks like. So, yeah, I it will take time probably to rebuild, maybe, but I don't think I think they will make the playoffs, but I don't think they're gonna be such a huge dominant team in the Eastern Conference like they were this season. But anyway, Cub, let's ask you the question. What are your thoughts on this news and your predictions?
So we just hiring everyone from Barca at this point now. That's what we see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised we didn't look at Xavi first, who has experience over here.
Dude, for crying out loud, no kidding. Like, come on, dude. Xavi, Mascherano over Xavi? That is crazy. The fact that they didn't go with Xavi.
If we're looking at Mascherano, Javier's resume, his resume literally is Argentina under 23 manager for the past couple of years. Wow. So if you do follow up with the Argentina under 23, let me know how that goes, because I don't know. But all I have to say is it's really just the same Inter Miami team, for real. We're just seeing more players coming in from Messi's era, Barcelona, Messi's era in PSG, Messi's era in Real Madrid. I'm not surprised Sergio Ramos hasn't even came to the team yet.
Why would he play with his former rival? Not that they were personal rivals, but still, Ramos with Real Madrid.
What do you mean? They were teammates in PSG. You forget about that?
Oh, that's right, huh? That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
So I would be surprised if they bring in another Barca player, or maybe, who knows, maybe Luka Modric will probably decide, hey, I'm tired of Madrid. Let me come over there. You never know. That's what I'm saying. It's just that Inter Miami team. Just watch. Once January hits, we're gonna hear some random big name join Inter Miami to retire, to join Messi and friends. So, or FC Barca in Miami. My bad.
FC Barca Miami. Guys, watch this news come in January. Gerard Piqué comes out of retirement to play for Inter Miami.
Hey,
Aguero comes out of retirement.
These guys, of course, they would love to do it. That's what I'm saying. They're not going to get any worse on the pitch. Their manager, as long as you have a capable, tactically intelligent manager, this team should be a lot of fun to manage. It shouldn't be like, Ruben Amorim coming into United and saying, "Oh my God, I got a job on my hands." Let's have some fun and let's win some titles.
Yeah. Well, it will surely be interesting. I am curious to see what will happen and all. But yeah, I guess good luck to Marchand, Let's see how it ends up going with him and with this Inter Miami team. Let's see here. Really quick in the live chat. Bro, that was something unexpected. I thought at first Xavi was going to go, but nothing much happened. I mean, like we mentioned, I think it was probably Messi and his friends that told them to sign Mascherano. Honestly, goal for Inter is to buy better defenders because that's what costed them in the playoffs. Mascherano, he was good at U23 as a coach. Bro, watch them and bring in Sergi.
Olympic silver medalist.
Oh, really?
That's what he. Okay. Yeah, Argentina made it all the way to the Olympic final against France, or maybe the quarterfinal. But they did well. They've been doing well, so it shouldn't be a surprise that they've got this guy in who's perfectly capable.
All right. I mean, if anything,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, who was the manager of Spain? His name left my mind. The current manager of Spain.
I'm
searching.
I forget his name.
Luis de la Fuente. If anything, Mascherano could be the next Luis de la Fuente, specifically for Miami, because Luis de la Fuente, he was also the manager of the younger squads for Spain before he became the manager for Spain in the Euros. He was the manager for Spain U21 and for U19, which, by the way, he did win championships with those two teams of the younger, development team. So who knows? Maybe Mascherano could be, like I just mentioned, the MLS Luis de la Fuente, if you will.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, and what Cup? You were gonna say something.
All right, so do we see another? So you know how we're talking about another Messi and friends, another person's gonna join. How I just was saying that, right? So do y'all know the whole situation with Neymar's contract? Neymar, Al Hilal is trying to get rid of Neymar now. Do we see Neymar coming to Inter Miami next, or is he going to Brazil?
Brazil.
JayDe, you can go first.
I say Brazil. He goes back home. He's tired of chasing Messi. He's tired of chasing the big money, the big titles. He's got enough dough to set him for life. He wants to go home. Go back to the place where he was dominating at 17. I think that's just a perfect fairy tale story. Santos are already promoted back up to Serie A. So, I mean, to get him right into that first season, I think he wants to go there.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I saw a report earlier this week saying that I think it was his agent and his dad. I'm pretty sure it was his agent, though. He confirmed that those rumors were false, that the club apparently does not want him to leave. There's no friction between the player and the club. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if that will end up being true, if Neymar's truly leaving the club, if that's what his agent said. But if he were to leave, yeah, I also agree with JayDe. I think he would probably most likely go to Santos. Most likely even retire at Santos, let's be honest. I mean, the guy, so much for the next Pele, His career pretty much went downhill. I mean, would you guys agree that his career went downhill when he left Barca?
Yes.
Yeah. He probably had one or two good seasons at PSG, and then
Messi came in.
Messi does Mbappe came in.
No, but I mean, Neymar basically left Barca and joined PSG to escape Messi's shadow, and then PSG decided to get Messi again. Hence, welcome back to your shadow. Let's see here. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I want to see that Finalissima with Spain and Argentina. Are they still doing that? Because I haven't heard any announcement. Oh wait, they are doing that, right? Spain versus
I
Argentina.
don't know. It's been months.
Isn't it supposed to happen? It's supposed to happen next year, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Question mark?
Yeah. Well, he can fix Santos, not get relegated. I mean, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Isn't there another veteran player playing in Brazil right now? Hulk, right? Hulk, yeah. There you go.
Hulk, there's a ton of guys playing in Brazil right now. Lucas Moura is there from Tottenham.
Oh, that's
Isn't
right.
Thiago Almada playing there?
Yeah, he's down there too.
Isn't Depay also playing there?
Depay is there. He's playing with Diego Costa, who's still playing.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. Oh, and also this guy, David Luiz.
David Luiz, yeah, he's still there.
Crazy,
So
dude.
speaking of Thiago Almada, so like I know he's in supposedly he's on loan with Botafogo, and you know how he's owned technically by Olympique Lyon, and now they basically got relegated.
Oh, that's right.
So how is that gonna work? Is he staying at Botafogo, or is Lyon gonna have to force to sell him, or is he gonna stay at Lyon after his loan?
They got to figure that out as soon as possible. I mean, the Serie A season only has a few weeks left. They're almost done, so that season will finish up before Ligue 1. I think they recall him and then immediately sell him for as much money as possible. Because as long as Lyon make up their $100 million debt, they don't get relegated. So they got to sell $100 million worth of players before the end of the season, or they're going down.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like they will most likely have to sell players, and if that's the case, they will have to decide which players are more valuable compared to the others. I don't know how they feel about Thiago Almada, but I think it's very likely that they will let him go, if not sell him. But yeah, I think we could legit see Thiago Marta, if not stay with Botafogo, then basically move to another club, because I don't think he's gonna stay at Lyon.
Inter Miami, they could be calling.
Oh heck no! Almada needs to go to Europe, bro. He needs to go to Europe. Arsenal fans will never forget how David Luiz was at Arsenal. Wolves fans will not forget that. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
City fans won't forget about the 5-game losing streak right now.
There you go. Got him. By the way, JayDe, that game against the Fulham, I saw a video. But bro, kudos to Wolves fans, man. They were cheering on the Raul Jimenez chant. The reason why I want to point that out is because when it comes to Premier League club fans, specifically with a player who left their club to another Premier League club, they kind of lose respect for the guy. They don't like him. One player in particular is Declan Rice. I remember the game last season, Arsenal versus West Ham at London Stadium. The West Ham fans chanting against Declan Rice, even though the guy, I think he scored that game, but he didn't celebrate to show. He literally scored and did not celebrate to show respect to the fans. And yet the fans were hating on him on that day. But with Raul Jimenez, I mean, I gotta say, Wolves fans they want respect. They want my respect, because instead of criticizing Raul Jimenez for playing with a different club against them, they were cheering on him. So, bro, I gotta say, kudos to you, Wolves fans, man. That was a great gesture from you guys.
Hey, we still love Raul Jimenez, and the reason he left was he stopped producing with us. He fell out of favor a little bit because he was never the same player after his injury with Julian Lopetegui. So his contract was up. He got to explore other options, and he left. No animosity, nothing there. When he comes to Molineux, he's not booed or jeered. I mean, he did incredible things for our club. You can't forget that. He brought us those golden years. Same thing for Ruben Neves, who plays in Saudi Arabia now, but was just at the stadium a few weeks ago, last week, in fact. And we welcomed him with open arms, right? So we're not a very hateful club. There's a few players that we absolutely hate. Mateus Nunes is one of them. He plays for City. I mean, he's known as a snake. He's known as a snake. So we can't stand him. But for players like Raul and Adama and other guys who are still playing in the Premier League, nothing but love for all that they've done for the club. Maybe if he scored, it would be a little different. But when you're up 4-1 away from home, you can definitely say "Si, senor" a few times while he's coming off the pitch. There's no harm in that.
Bro, I forgot about Adama Traore.
Everyone forgot about
Bro,
Adama
I
Traore.
forgot about
Ever
Adama
since he
Traore.
left Wolves, man, I swear.
No,
Hey, he
I
just
remember
went
he had a...
straight
Go ahead,
to Barca. He went to Barca for the year. That ruined his career.
That's right. That's right, dude. That's right. Holy shoot.
After he went
That
that
sucks,
loan
man.
deal with Barca, I'm like, yo, I've not heard of him. I don't know if he went back to Wolves that straight season or did he get sold from Wolves.
He
But
went back to Wolves, but he was not the same because he wanted to go to Barca because that's where he started. He was an academy guy at La Masia, and then got all bulked up, came over to Wolves. But once he realized he was never going to play in La Liga, I think that just killed his confidence. He had one good game, maybe two good games for Barca, and that killed his confidence when he realized he wouldn't be a starter there at his boyhood club. So yeah, he's kind of been a ghost for the last few years, ghost of himself.
That sucks. I mean, to be fair, he did join Barca when they were like at a very low point, right? When they had to, I mean, financially, they were struggling very much financially in that era. I remember.
He thought he was going to get game time, and he didn't.
That sucks, man.
we're not broken
Right now,
anymore. That's all that matters.
He's playing at Fulham right now, right? If I
Him and Raul.
Gotcha. The two former Wolves strikers, attackers at the streets, especially at Wolverhampton, will never forget.
That's right. Adam was one of those guys, man. Never forget.
Awesome. All right, then, guys. With that being said and done, anything else, guys, before we call it a night? Anything else you guys want to share?
And we got it all. I mean, MLS playoffs, Premier League. It's been a fun weekend so far. It's only Sunday night. There's still a few games tomorrow and throughout the week.
Champions League action. There you go.
That's right. Midweek, we got it.
It's one thing we didn't even talk about. Well, we did talk about it, but we didn't talk about how Tottenham crushed City.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
I didn't want to bring it up. I don't know how comfortable y'all with Tottenham, but they were really good. They were really good.
No, dude, I was laughing, bro. That was just a fun sight to watch, especially against the person who's particularly in the live chat right now. Dude, that was just a great circus show of a win. Bro, huge shout out, of course, to our fellow host of Footy Fridays, Zach Durham, who is a Spurs fan. We got to give him a shout out because what a win for Spurs. Once again, just, oh my gosh, bro. Bro is all caps in the live chat right now. But, I mean, they just basically proved that Timo Werner is the owner of Man City. It's not even Abu Dhabi, or what's the Man City's owner? I forgot. Something like that.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Well, Annual Cup, since you're the one who brought it up, Shirley Jersey, since you're the one who brought it up, what are your thoughts on that awesome and very much satisfactory win from Spurs against City?
They could have done this last season, I don't know what woke them up now. They could have done this last season, and we wouldn't have won the league.
That's very true. That's very true. JayDe, what are your thoughts overall on the game?
Hey, they were just better. They were just better. That's all it was. City were shambles. Tottenham were just better on the day. So I know you guys must hate to see your rivals win, but when it's against your direct title challengers, it's gotta feel a little good.
This time it was the exception, bro. Like, I didn't even care if I don't care if it was Spurs. I was just having full satisfaction seeing City lose against Spurs. It was just hilarious. The whole Premier League was a celebration. Let's be real. Yeah. England won. English football won that day.
100%.
Amazing.
Exactly the scenes that we love to watch. Isn't that right, guys? All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're going to end it right there before Alvin loses his mind in live chat as a Man City fan, the only guy representing the club, so let's give him some rest. And well then, guys, if you happen to enjoy today's episode, then don't forget, guys, to give this episode a like. And of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss when the next episode goes live here on the channel, as per usual, on Sunday nights, 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time. And if you guys have Discord, please join the official Discord server of the channel. The link is, as per usual, in the description below, as well as my personal MLS and US Soccer Discord, also in the description. If you guys have Instagram, don't forget to also give me a follow. It is at FootballGuy17. And don't forget to follow our special guest for today, JayDe at Rabbit Hole Football. I posted in the description as well, so don't forget, guys, to give him a follow as well as our football podcast on Friday mornings, Footy Fridays. I will also leave the Instagram there in the description so you guys can follow it. Also on Spotify, once again, every Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 11 or 12, 19, 11. Wait, that's not right. 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Sorry. Kind of skipping down the math right there. And yeah. JayDe, anything else you want to add as far as connections?
Follow Rabbit Hole Football. We got some fun stuff coming up, and follow Footy Fridays. You'll hear us Friday mornings. I'm taking a break this week, but we'll be back next week in the studio. A lot of fun stuff.
Yes, sir. I will also leave, of course, the Instagram, of course, for Inglewood Cup. Don't forget to give my boy also a follow as well for the co-host of the show. And until then, guys, for our very special guest for tonight, JayDe, and for my very good friend and co-host, Inglewood Cup, it is your boy, Futbol Galaxy. And we'll see you on the next one. Have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic Galaxy night.